Huzzah, everybody, welcome to a special Fallout 76 video. It's a twofer. You get two videos today, which is absolutely great. Go check out the second one after watching this video. It's all about how to make wireless power generation. Trust me, it's absolutely awesome and very useful. But apart from that, I would appreciate if you go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, because it does put the wind in my sails that lets me set sail across the YouTube ocean. I love saying that. Anywho, I have a special build for you today, which you can do from the beginning of the game if you start a new character, or if you're new to the game. I call it the perfect camp. Now, you're probably thinking, how the hell can you have a perfect camp? I have listed down criteria that I think makes the best camp, and it's all doable from the beginning of the game as soon as you set foot outside of the vault. Now, I have these in 3 lists. Needed, want, not needed, and as you can tell, I have my pad with me, as I always do, to jot stuff down. So in the needed thing, I was thinking, what do you really need when you get out of the vault? Well, you need a decent camp that doesn't really get attacked that much, has the ability to grow food, make water, has some storage, has some crafting, and can give you some buffs. And I've figured out the best thing, and it's this camp. So, I've got beds, crafting stations, storage, water, food, defenses, and instruments. Those are the needs, okay? And this camp fills every single one of them perfectly. So, the main thing is crafting stations, okay? From the beginning of the game, you don't need a chemistry station, you don't need a power armor station. All you need is an ammo station, an armor station, and a food station. The reason you need a food station instead of a chemistry station from the beginning of the game is because food is a better thing to use early on in the game to heal instead of wasting stim packs, which can heal large amounts of health. When, instead of just, wasting a stim pack, you can eat a bit on your food, like hot bar some food, and just boom, straight off, there you go. So I got around both food and water. I got around the food, the water, and the food crafting station. Pretty simple. The water comes from a sink that you can get by leveling up across the new legendary system, so that's pretty awesome. Everybody can get that. The crafting station, which is the stove, obviously you can change it for something else because at the beginning of the game you don't have the stove, but you can find the plans for the crafting stations really easy in around the forest area. In fact, I'm pretty sure I found everything apart from the power armor station and the chemistry station in the forest area by sheer luck. Okay, so that's pretty simple, and I decided to make a little crafting nook in the corner. Now, of course, I'm growing food on the roof. You don't have to do that because if you build at the location I'm at, which is just outside of Sutton, you have a 95 to 99% chance of never being attacked. And I tested this. This camp I was designing and building for about a week-ish. I started on Tuesday, finished on Thursday, so, a couple of days, 3 days, almost a work week, and I was attacked twice by one enemy each time, and that was a random scorch, which I aggroed from inside of Sutton itself. And that's probably because I wasn't actually around my camp, for a long period of time because I was going away and doing some other stuff. So the defenses were taken care of because nothing attacks you. You're super lucky if you build here. And it is a little bit of a... You do have to finagle around a little bit with your camp to try and get into the right location, but there are some locations that you can slide in. You're close to Sutton when you build this, so it does have that radius that doesn't allow you to build. Now, the reason I've got a bed and an instrument in here on this list is because they give you buffs. The bed gives you well rested, and the instrument gives you well tuned. Each one of them grants you a little bit of extra XP for everything you do for a short period of time. They are great things to have off the get-go, so make sure that you put down a bed. And I went for an instrument as well instead of just a chair because the instrument gives you the actual buff. Outside of that, I realised that there is probably some things that you'd want to add on to this camp, such as, it being bigger to fit more stuff in, multiple rooms if you're running in a crew, and, obviously upgrading the decorations to make it look prettier as you get further on. So they went in the want section, which was, a decent size, multiple rooms, good decoration, and room for guests, which, fits within the multiple rooms, I guess. And then, of course, I had the not needed section, which is brewing stations, because they're not needed. Seriously, brewing stations are not needed unless you want to run an alcoholic build, in which case you can actually just find a bunch of alcohol in quite a lot of places for free, and you don't really have to do much to get them. So the brewing station is a super luxury, okay, and it takes a little bit of while to unlock as well. You have to do Biv stuff. But I figured out that this size, this design, this location, and of course, with a few extra commodities for, making it look pretty and all that kind of stuff, it is the perfect camp It is what you want to build from level 1 to about level 10, maybe 15, because then you can start venturing out into higher level areas. Plus you've got better weapons, better armor, all that kind of stuff, and you've unlocked more stuff. So, the perfect camp. Feel free to take the design, use the design however you want, upgrade it, downgrade it, do whatever you want with it. Make it barren, make it overly flamboyant, have fun with it, but it's the perfect camp. Seriously, take it from me. If I knew that I could have built something this simple and effective at an earlier stage in the game, I would have. But there you go. That is the perfect camp, ladies and gentlemen. If you like the video, I would appreciate, like, sharing, and subscribing. Plus, make sure you click that bell notification so you can know when my videos go live. But apart from that, you guys know the drill. And as always, stay awesome.